Hello, I'm Reverend Nathan Meckley, pronouns he, him, and I have the honor and the privilege of being the pastor of Metropolitan Community Church of Portland. As this year, 2023, draws to a close, I want to take a moment and just share with you some of what's happened in the life of MCC Portland this last year. You know, there is a familiar saying, the only constant in life is change. And that continues to be the case in the life of MCC Portland. There are two big changes that have happened this year that have been exciting and challenging for us as a community. First, in January of this year, Common Ground, where we had been in residence and in ministry partnership for 4 years, their congregation voted to close. So we began our own discernment and search for our next ministry location, our next ministry partners. And we were delighted to have found and to have begun a covenant partnership with St. Paul Lutheran Church, where we have now been since the end of August. They've extended wonderful hospitality to us. We've had the opportunity to share in worship, in work parties, in several potlucks, coming to know one another as communities and as individuals. And we are hopeful for a wonderful and fruitful partnership long into the future. Also, we had the really joyful opportunity to have 3 months of renewal because we were the recipients of a grant for renewal from the Lilly Endowment. Not only did that fund a 3-month sabbatical for me, my first in 15 years as pastor, it also helped fund a number of activities for the renewal of our congregation. We structured those around the theme Growing Together, designed a curriculum for 6 weeks of small groups, which led to a weekend congregational retreat with the facilitation of a wonderful guest, Reverend Linda Jaramillo. And at that retreat, several experiments for ministry emerged that have begun to be implemented here while we're at St. Paul Lutheran. Several other things that have happened this year in response to the increasing criminalization and targeting of drag queens in far too many places in our country. We had our first Drag Me to Church Sunday. It was a joyful Sunday, and it was an important show of solidarity for those in our community that are targeted. I also had the tremendous honor of speaking at the Celebration of Life for our own drag icon here in Portland, Darcel, upon her passing. We continue in our visibility and presence and outreach at Pride Northwest in the parade and our booth at the festival. We had our first talent show in several years here just this month at St. Paul Lutheran, and we had our second annual Nativity pub crawl just a few days before Christmas. Not only that, but through a partnership with Northwest Housing Alliance, we continue to collect non-perishable items and hygiene items for a community of seniors and adults with special needs. And I'm thrilled to tell you that this year we began a covenant of support for an emerging MCC in Cabo Frio, Brazil, Sol do Justica. We are so honored to be able to support an emerging MCC in a place in the world that so much needs the ministry that MCC offers. Many, if not most Sundays, I remind our community that MCC Portland exists because of God's faithfulness and generosity to us, and because of our faithfulness and generosity, because of your faithfulness and generosity. So I want to remind you, you are always welcome to join us in person, join us online, and I also want to invite you to make a financial gift, an offering in gratitude for the year that we have shared, in anticipation of the year of ministry yet to come. I want to thank you for your support in the past and your continuing support into the future. May you and your loved ones have a happy and a blessed new year.